Hey, Josh Johnson here, a little mobile version of this update. I am in the parking lot of Regional Medical Center in Anniston, Alabama. Mom has been taken back for a heart cath procedure where they're hoping to figure out exactly what's happening with her. So I am nervously waiting by the phone, and I thought I would do a little weather update because sometimes doing what you enjoy doing can get your mind off all the other things happening, right? So, plus, I think it may be a benefit to some of y'all as well. So it'll help me, it'll help you, and we're all in this together, this crazy life of ours. Okay, so with no further ado, let's go straight in here. Storms already ongoing back to the west. You'll notice a big line of storms extends for across much of eastern Texas here. Tyler, Lufkin, back across the state line into Shreveport, Louisiana, right around Ruston and Monroe and El Dorado, Arkansas, and then back off to the west from there. Now, that's not the only thing we're watching in this. More of that line extends back farther north, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Outside now, it's a warm day. Check it out. Temperatures across the deep south are in the upper 70s and low 80s. Deatsville in there at 86, actually one of the warmest spots in the entire state right now. Montgomery Regional Airport reports 82, the dew point of 61. So it is gradually warming up. Here's the lay of the land as of this moment. This is kind of the catch-all page from the Storm Prediction Center. You've got a large slight risk. It's the area, looks like a big yellow dinosaur there, that covers Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Middle Tennessee, Kentucky, southern Indiana, most of Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, northern Virginia, and parts of Maryland. How about that? That's a big severe weather risk. Note, too, there are some tornado watches. Those are the red, kind of rough, jagged outlined areas. Those are tornado watches issued that include Texas, Louisiana, parts of Kentucky, the Ohio River Valley region, and then back into the central Appalachians through West Virginia and into southwestern Pennsylvania. So, man, oh man, don't we have a lot of fun happening. So, quick look at what happens next here. This is the high-res rapid refresh model. And it has about the right idea. We've bumped the timeline up. You know, I've been telling you 10 to 7. My suspicion is it's going to be a little quicker than that. These often arrive a little ahead of schedule, and this one will probably do the same. So we've bumped that up to 8 o'clock this evening. Now understand, 8 o'clock this evening, the storm chance is almost exclusively west of Selma. If you have outdoor plans this evening, 8, 9 o'clock, and you live east of Selma, so Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, Pike Road, Wetumpka, Lake Martin, Union Springs, Troy, this is all way after that time for you. I'm talking way after. So you got plenty of time to kind of watch, wait, and see how this all unfolds. But as early as 8 o'clock, we could start to get into some storm issues here into parts of West Alabama. The main concern with that initial burst there would be 1 or 2 pockets of damaging wind, and we can't rule out a brief tornado in that mix as well. So that's where that is. Right? The overall tornado risk fairly limited initially, but as these storms begin to merge, that's where I think you could start to see some rotation. And the model almost, it's pretty wild, almost explicitly shows that. You see what I mean here? So this is 10 o'clock. You've got the discrete storms over Marengo. The line runs from Tuscaloosa to Meridian. And watch what happens as the line overtakes that discrete thunderstorm. The model triggers this little swath of helicity, which is essentially some rotation. Now, when you look at this, understand, I don't want you worked up about exactly where it is. The model has no way of knowing exactly where this is. What I want you to look at, rather, would be kind of more, does this make sense? What is the general idea here? And the general idea, I think, is right, that there will be this sort of pocket or two of rotation that occurs primarily associated with storm merger processes. So it'll be one of these things where we get a rotating thunderstorm because the line overtook an individual storm that was out ahead of it. And that little local enhancement of wind shear can sometimes be enough to crank in a quick severe weather risk. So that's what we'll kind of keep our eyes on here. Now, moving you forward, this is valid at midnight. Line of storms runs from Clanton to Selma to Linden, back down towards South Mississippi. Here is 1 in the morning. We're now Alex City, Rockford, Slapout, Prattville, Marbury, Pine Level, Lounsboro, Sardis, Richmond, back towards, again, Camden and Miller's Ferry. Grove Hill gets in on this. Again, that's roughly 1 in the morning. Now, again, understand this isn't gospel. This is just an idea. I think it, generally speaking, though, has about the right idea. So that's the lay of the land on that. The timeline would be sometime midnight to 1 in those areas. Okay, now we get out to 2 in the morning. Dadeville, Alex City, Eclectic, Tallahassee, Montgomery, Pike Road, Davenport, Hope Hull, back down towards Monroeville and Uri, and we'll say Vredenburg and Beatrice and those areas. Sometime in the vicinity of 2 in the morning. Then, all right, let's go forward another hour. This is moving quick now. 3 in the morning, this gets into Evergreen, Greenville, Georgiana, Laverne, Highland Home, Union Springs, Tuskegee, Auburn, Opelika, Valley, Lynette. Again, that's give or take an hour or two. It's somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning when that blows through you. Then by 4 a.m., you get into Phoenix City, Clio, Brundage, Elba, Andalusia, Opp, Florala. By 5 a.m., this is all essentially now in the Wiregrass. So we're talking Ozark, Abbeville, Geneva, and Dothan. You can see it right there a little better. Notice there's still a lot of heavy rainfall back around Montgomery, and all this orange that you see behind the pink and the purple, that's all just heavy rain. Cold air undercuts these storms as they're departing, so this will just be kind of a cold, miserable rain around Montgomery and Prattville and Millbrook by 5 a.m., and then we'll creep you forward a little more in time here. That is 7 o'clock. The active severe weather risk has ended. There's leftover rain from Auburn to Geneva and points east, and then we dry on out pretty quick. We also cool down pretty quickly. Watch this. I'll flip this over to temperatures here, and bottom line, it's really going to catch a lot of people off guard what happens on Thursday, because temperatures actually go the wrong direction after the sun comes up. The latest data actually has us dropping into the upper 40s by 11 a.m., and it's a very blustery and windy go of it as well. So it's a big blast of colder air that arrives,